welcome to my channel. You're probably not watching live if you're watching this in review. Today I'm talking about different Game of Thrones pattern from Simplicity and Butterick and McCall's. I don't actually have the McCall's ones here, but I have a couple of Simplicity ones here. This is this one. Also, there's a lot of the Ring ones on there, and at least, no, those are 3 Khaleesi patterns. We have the Sansa pattern and the Cersei pattern over there, and this is the newest one. I will show in a second, and this is the one that I'm actually cutting out now. And I thought instead of a time lapse, I just do like a live show. And if you're like cutting it out right now too, well, let's see who beats the other person, because I think I will be pretty slow, because I will be petting my kitties and walking around and maybe watching some Bones or Game of Thrones. I haven't seen the last episode yet, so I still have to catch up on that one. I kind of want to save it up. I know it has been leaked, but I'm like, I'd rather watch like 3 or 4 in one go, for real, instead of like the leaked ones. So here's the new pattern. Hope you can see it. This is the Black Sansa on the other side, which she wore in season 4 at the end and in season 5 now. And this is one from the earlier when she actually was first in King's Landing. I am not sure how accurate the pattern is. This pattern just came out this week. Andrea doesn't have the pattern either yet. I was really lucky. I went to Joann's and I was like, I know you guys should have it. You don't have it yet. Would you mind checking the bag? And well, they were friendly enough to walk back and check the new arrivals, and indeed they had it, so I got it. I posted it on Facebook. We actually have a Facebook group. If you are not part of the Facebook group, it's Game of Thrones costuming. Just look that up. I will put it in the description below after I uploaded this video, so you won't find it there yet, but if you go to Facebook and look for Game of Thrones costuming, you should find it there. Anyways, I will be talking about like our Game of Thrones costuming group, what's going on there, about a couple of different like patterns and dresses and what I like right now and what I'm planning to do. And the main part about this video is basically, let's see how long it takes to cut out the pattern, and I will start a timer in a second. So let's do this here. I'm not sure if it will show it the whole time, but I just click start and we will see how long it takes. I probably just set it up over there, and yeah, let's see how long this actually takes. The only thing which is confusing to me, and I normally don't use the bag for, hey, how many yards do I need, or meters, because I'm from Europe, I'm from Germany, I normally measure in meters. Yards is a bit shorter than meters, but I'm like, this works. So I'm a bit confused that you actually need, apparently, let's see, 6 to 8 yards depending on how wide your fabrics is. So we'll see about that. Anyways, let's get this going. Here is the start. Can you guys actually see that? Probably not. I just keep it here. Wait, sorry. I wanted to put it over here. That doesn't really show up. Maybe like this. You know what? I just turn it like this. It's a bit dumb, but you actually see a bit and I see a bit. And let's get going. So I already talked 20 seconds. You can forget about that. So this is the pattern. I will just put it back here because we don't need this. There's an inlay, which basically explains how much how much fabrics you need, how to lay out the pattern, how to attach pieces to each other. It's 2 pages right now. Sorry, it's in total it's 4 pages, but it is 2 of those. There you go. Here's the second one, and there we go. It actually explains how you can sew on the feathers, and I think the collar is actually glued on. I would probably do both. I'm not a big fan of gluing, neither hot glue nor any clue, I guess. I like sewing, and I'm probably one of the only cosplayer who is not like, oh my god, I can't sew. I mean, I can sew, I don't know how well, but I like it, I enjoy it, and I like creating. And normally I don't really look at this. It's like IKEA. I don't actually look on how to assemble it because I want to find it out myself. Or Lego. Who wants to use like the instructions? Nobody does that. I'm a person who looks at the parts and puts it together. So my Sansa dress will probably look a tiny bit different because I like to play around and do other things. And I have been talking about 2 minutes. Let's get started over. All right. Reset. Let's get cutting. All right. You see, I like talking. I hope you enjoy it. We have 3 people watching right now. If you're in the chat, please respond. I'm not expecting anyone to be here right now because I'm normally not using this channel and I want to actually use this channel. So let's get going. Oh, by the way, this is my cat Castiel, or our cat. It's not necessarily my cat. Ooh, sleepy pussy. The other one is sleeping over there. Things that happen off screen and you can't see. I'm taking off the direwolf right now. I'm actually wearing this one. It's from T-Fury. I got it like years ago. And I have several other T-Fury shirts, which I really enjoy. Anyways, 44 seconds and we haven't even done a cut. All right, let's put that to the side. This is the bigger pattern. Anyways, it's a bit thicker. Let's see how many layers we have. La 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 la. All right. Okay. We have 2 pieces here. All right. Need more space. Sorry for the noise. Normally I would watch either Game of Thrones or Bones or whatever I'm watching. But since you're here, I'm trying to entertain you somehow. Ugh. Sorry for the noise. All right, I have to get up for a second. I'll be back. I'm still here. All right. As you can see, I'm a chaotic person. Bear with me. We'll manage to do it and we get cutting. In the meantime, we have 1 minute, 45 seconds. You're welcome. Maybe I should turn that around. Oh, God. Okay, let's do it like this. I'll cut it into pieces already, so that should be easier. So, have you guys actually watched Game of Thrones already? If you're still watching, I actually want to give away one of the older parents of Game of Thrones. The reason for that is they are not available anymore, because Simplicity took them off their website and they are out of stock, so out of print. It's not even in their out of print section anymore. I want to give away one of those. So the winner of this one will get either the small, which is from size 6 to 12, or from 14 to, I think, 22 size-wise. The only thing I want you to do is leave me a comment on this video and tell me which is your favorite house. Either like Lannister or Stark, or even if you're Wildling, post that. So I guess if you followed me for a while, you know what my favorite character is. Kind of. Because I kind of like more. Hey! My husband is commenting. Yeah, I'm reading the comments in the chat. Thanks. All right, let's cut. So I was watching Game of Thrones since season 1, but I had the books before I was actually watching. I got the books for Christmas. I asked my mom, like, hey, you always ask me what I want for Christmas. How about you give me that for Christmas? So we ordered it on Amazon and I was really happy. Then I started reading The Hunger Games. I actually wasn't reading Game of Thrones because I basically got that at the same time. And I was like, oh my God, Hunger Games, so good. And I didn't pick up the books. So then I started watching Game of Thrones, and because the show is so amazingly, I can't tell. If you're a costumer or if you love costumes or history or whatever, you're like, oh my God, that show is so well produced. So you're just like, yep, I love this show, even if the content is sometimes a bit too much. Like the first 2 episodes, I was like, I don't really want to watch this. There's too much sex, too much violence. It's just a bit too much. But I kept on going because depending on the storyline, you're in a different country and a different scenario, and the whole setup, it's just amazing. And the production value in this whole show is just like, wow. And every time I'm on Facebook, I'm looking if I can find new posts from Game of Thrones or anything. It's really cool. They had a half documentary. It was not, I mean, well, it is a documentary. It was one like shooting day, and I think they were in Ireland and Croatia, and we're just, the Croatia crew was about Slovenia, Croatia. Am I mixing this up right now? They were about to go to Spain, and they basically showed the whole thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. I would love to work on that show. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be on screen. I don't have to be an extra. Just working for that show would be amazing. Just being part of that whole production would make me so happy. I actually read a couple of the comments on the video and on their Facebook page, and people were like, that's so boring, I don't want to see that, show something from the show. And I'm like, no, that's exactly what I want to see, like the behind the scenes and how everything happened. And you don't have to see the main characters or the actors on camera all the time. I'm actually more interested in what's happening behind the scenes. And they actually had like behind the scenes for the costumes and stuff. Sometimes they show snippets, especially there was a special on the Sand Snakes. Hey, look, One Piece, where they showed a bit of the costumes and the weapons, and that was kind of cool. I wish they would do that all the time or have like a daily special or something. I don't care how long it is. It could be just like a snippet of 1 minute, a one take, just someone standing there talking. I know obviously they're producing, like they're working on the whole show the whole time, but hey, people like me will love to vlog on set, just being like, hey, behind the scenes, I'm here at blah blah, look at what they've done right now, and this is the progress. And what also would be cool if the costume designer would post more pictures. I know it's probably a bit difficult to do that, like on a law or copyright or whatever level. But it would be actually really cool. The, wait, this is, I'm just, wait a second. What the hell? This makes no sense. I'm confused. What the? Dude, this makes no sense. Alright, I'll put that to the side. That was confusing just now because there's a print on there for a piece. And it makes no sense because this is a piece for the rest. Alright. Anyways, let's turn it around so I don't make any mistakes. There we go. So I'm really looking forward to watch season 5. Season 4 was already like, I can't wait to see season 5, but I've not watched an episode because, like I said, I want to watch in one go, or at least like 5 episodes maybe in one go. And I've seen so many pictures of the episodes already because we were doing research for our Game of Thrones costuming crew, because people were like, oh my god, that white dress of Khaleesi is awesome, or have you seen the other dress? And the main problem we have right now, we don't want to spoil the episodes, because sometimes you get the pictures and then you see one character and another character together in a picture and you're already like, why are they in the same space? So if you haven't read the books or don't know anything, it's kind of spoiling it already, and therefore we are not allowed to post pictures, so we kind of have to crop the pictures, which sometimes sucks because you're like, look at that, oh my god, look at the other costume, and you can't put it... anyways, if you're actually interested in doing Game of Thrones costumes, Like I said, there are a lot, not crazy a lot, but there are patterns out there, mainly for female characters, like Sansa mainly, and Cersei and Khaleesi. You probably could, I have some stuff here, could look into the historic patterns of Bararik. For example, this for everything like gloves and bags and other things. Here. Also, McCall's has a history section or a costume section, which is pretty good. Here's the other one, which I've shown before. And there is a McCall's for Khaleesi. I've not seen any male, but I know Simplicity is bringing out more pattern in summer, which is technically happening now. So this is from the summer release, and those are sadly not available anymore, and this is not available anymore. But I think they're bringing a couple back, even improved, because this one has some mistakes in there. It's like B and A is swapped in between, so you're actually not able to assemble it correctly. I think they're fixing it right now. We'll see about that. Andrea already posted a couple of things on her blog, so I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the new release. And we are like probably 15 minutes in there, and I cut out like 2 things, so let's keep going. If you are watching, please leave me a comment. I'm always curious what you're working on, what you want to see next maybe. I'm actually thinking about doing something like a themed day per week. One is something like a CrossFit, meaning I actually want to get fit and healthy and not like this anymore. I actually managed to get down to my lowest weight in 2012, and I was really happy, and I was jumping around and everything was perfect. And after that, life happened and things happened, and I gained my weight back basically. And right now, although I'm technically eating healthy and I'm working out, not right now, but I was doing P90 for about 70 days, and then we traveled and then I got sick. So I didn't finish it, but we did 70 days and I was really like pumped. And my husband too. I mean, I was like, would you like to do that with me? And he said yes, and we actually worked out every freaking day when I came home from work. We even managed to do it while we were traveling, sometimes in between, but that one time we were going to Michigan and nope, was impossible. And when we came home, I tried to catch up. I did like 2 workouts per day, and then I got sick, like I said. And then the convention happened and he got sick and we never picked it up again. We still have a membership for Planet Fitness. If you're looking for a gym and you're in America, Planet Fitness has an offer that you pay like $10 per month, and you can use anything they offer besides like a tanning booth or whatever. If you pay $19, you can use all the things that they have there. Our gyms don't have a pool, but I know some of the Planet Fitness actually have that. Look, 3rd piece. Yay! And on to the 4th piece. That's a way to go. The other thing is there are a lot of channels like Tony Horton on YouTube. You can do free workouts. He just posts like short workouts, either yoga or strength training or short interval things. And if you're crazy enough like we are, you can buy like a P90 or P90X or Insanity or whatever, and then actually try to follow it. It's really hard when you're working and so on to stay on track, but it also gives you kind of a rhythm. And doing like a workout for 24 minutes per day, that's actually not that bad. The only thing is programs like P90, they get longer. So the first 30 days you have like 24 minutes, and then the next cycle is like 35 minutes, and the last one is sometimes up to like 50 minutes, and you're like, yeah, that's getting a bit tight. So what I'm doing now is basically I have a Fitbit and I try to do like 10K every day. And so far it's okay. When I basically got into it again. I did do it every day. I also got like 15K per day, but in my job, you normally get 2K per day or 3 if something is happening. I'm sitting a lot on the desk, and after work, if you don't actually go running or walking or do anything, it's not happening, especially in winter. In summer, it's a bit better since the weather is a bit better in Ohio here. I have been going out in my breaks at work, and one turn around, like walking around our building is like 1,000 steps, so that's kind of cool. So I walk with my colleagues sometimes or alone, put on some music, which also helps me because just sitting at the desk at my office, oh my god, it's killing me as a creative person. Sitting indoors and doing that is just like, damn, no, I don't want to do this. So this is the situation for me right now, if you're wondering, because I mean, you might not follow our daily vlogs. I moved to America like 2.5 years ago. I've been traveling back and forth before that. And my husband, which I got married to almost a year ago in July, came over about half a year ago after we got married. Before that, he couldn't actually come here visit me because immigrations is a bit fuzzy about that, especially because we are doing like videos and stuff, and they just don't really like that. Hey, by the way, 4. Alright, next one coming. Anyways, so he came over and has been living with me here. He actually was so nice to help me remodel the basement and made it into a cosplay room for me. I'm not in the basement right now, I'm upstairs because we still had the live stream set up from Friday. And I'm like, hey, I might as well just do it here instead of sitting in the basement. But I have to say it's cool. I have a lot of daylight down there, which was really important to me. I didn't want to sit in the dark and be in the basement and be like, I don't really want to be here. Here's the kitty again. Sit down. So I hope I actually can find a rhythm between workout, cosplaying, and going to work. That would be awesome. And making videos, obviously. So, yep, that would be cool. As far as cosplaying goes, we definitely go to Dragon Con this year. My visa should be still valid. Maybe we're lucky enough to win the green card lottery, which we're hoping for right now. Else we have to look for a different possibility, either extend my work visa or... yeah, that's pretty much it right now. But we're working on that, and as soon as that is settled, new things will happen. We are also going to Indiana PopCon. I was thinking about going to C2E2 in Chicago this weekend. Sadly, it didn't happen. Obviously, I would love to go to San Diego at some point, to the big Comic-Con and to New York Comic-Con. Maybe that's happening, at least Comic-Con New York. That would be awesome. I'm also thinking about trying to enter the costume contest in San Diego. One is the Masquerade, which is on Saturday, and the Her Universe fashion show, because I would love to be participating in that one. Oh well, we'll see. I think I can still participate. I kind of missed the deadline for C2E2 because I wasn't aware of the deadline. I heard of C2E2 before, but I wasn't looking into it, and I was, oh my god, it's happening, it's Chicago, we can actually drive there. And then I looked up the costume contest, and they were like, yeah, sorry, it kind of like closed 3 days ago. And I'm like, a friend of mine is actually participating. She should be on stage right now, to be honest. And she's wearing a Khaleesi outfit, so that's pretty cool. And I shouldn't say Khaleesi, because I probably should just say Daenerys, because she is not always obviously Khaleesi. Wow. Stop it, kitty. Alright. So... ow! Okay, if you have cats, don't have them in the room. Stop it, kitty. I was actually looking into... I want to make this one first, because I already got the feathers for this one. Like actually last year. I was looking on eBay. If you're looking for the feathers, you might be lucky on eBay, because I couldn't find them in any stores here. And it's really hard to find something online, because I do like to touch stuff like this. Maybe not feathers, but fabrics, definitely. And I already was looking for black fabrics, but I couldn't find anything because, well, Joann's doesn't have that many choices, I guess. And online, like I said, well, it's like, nah. And a couple of people recently posted pictures from the exhibition, and the black dress was there, which is cool. And we're like, that actually looks like the fabrics Marjorie is wearing just in white for a wedding dress. So the one with the leaf pattern. It looked like if they colored it just dark and she's wearing that. I'm not sure if that's a hidden message or anything, but it's kind of nice to know. And there is Spoonflower. Is that the site? Where you can actually order like custom pattern. And they have the white one, so I was thinking about ordering it in black, but I think the yard is like $30 and I don't have that. I'm sorry. So I actually went out, I found a cool fabric, but I didn't get it in black. I only have it in white. So I'm like, should I do it in white? Or should I just do a different one in white, like the Cersei one in white, and have it as a wedding dress or something? No, kitty. No. All right, let's go back. So guys, if you're watching and you're still watching, please leave me a comment. Ow! Kitty, stop it. I'm still cutting out pattern 1137 from Simplicity, which is this one. I'm still on the first batch of 4, I think. So this might take a while. So this live show might be something like 2 hours. And let's see. I have been cosplaying only Ygritte so far because people kept telling me I look like her. I have pictures on my Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com/saraparker with an S at the end. I didn't get the saraparker, sadly enough. Someone else has that because that name is very popular, I guess. And yeah, so let's see. Let's cut through here and up here. Whoop. And I just can't decide. I have fabrics downstairs now, and I can actually stop it. Make a different costume, but I really want to do the black Sansa dress now. So, nah. I don't know what to do because the fabrics I would consider from Joann's, which are not perfect, but they cost like $15. And if you actually need like 6 or 8 yards. What are you doing, husband? Stop it. Meow. Okay. Why is he... I'm confused. Photos. Ah, okay. I guess he will be showing you a couple of pictures of the costume in a second. Ooh, talking about that, there is or was almost like a competition for a Game of Thrones compendium from HBO. And he's just preparing the photo to show you. So, and they basically asked cosplayers and artists and so on to submit Game of Thrones related like art or costumes and so on, and I did enter my Ygritte, which Yuri will probably post or show on the screen in a second. It's so funny, he's actually sitting downstairs. He just logged into this computer and he will show it to you in a second. At some point. Not sure why it's not happening yet. So I did enter a couple of pictures from my Ygritte, and I'm actually in the final round to be published. Thank you, husband. I also call him husband. And my husband actually looks a bit like Jon Snow. He could totally cosplay. Yeah, okay, he's saving more pictures. This is really distracting because I see it on the other screen. So he could actually really cosplay Jon Snow because he has the same hair, and if he grows a bit of stubble, I could totally put him in a costume, but he doesn't want to because he is like, everybody's watching it. I don't want to watch the show. He's one of those people. It's okay. I get it. Maybe one day he will watch it, and I totally understand if he doesn't. It's fine. I can live with that. But it would be cool because we would be the perfect Ygritte and Jon Snow. And here comes another picture. This is also from Indiana Comic Con. They actually had a booth there from the official Game of Thrones prop replica shop. I guess they are licensed by HBO to make the props. So sometimes they actually get the real props and then they cast them and replicate them, which is pretty cool. And they were really excited having me at the booth. So that was pretty cool. There's another picture coming, I think. This one was from the Barclays Center where they... When was that? I think it was last year for season 4. The premiere. I was there. I actually flew in. I got sick so badly after that, but I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people there from our costuming group, which was really cool. And Kathleen and Danny and Murphy and who else was there? I can't remember. I'm sorry if I didn't mention you right now. And we had a lot of fun because we were like the only ones dressed up. There were like 5 or 6 or 7,000 people. I can't really remember. And we actually were able to, stand next to the costumes they had there. And that was so cool. I wasn't able to take any photos in there because they took all our cell phones and photos and video cameras and so on, which kind of sucked because I wanted to do close-up shots of the costumes. And if I ever have the chance again to see the costumes, I will definitely do that. Although there are a lot of people who went to the exhibition in the meantime, and if you're looking for high-resolution pictures, just go to Flickr and look for exhibition Game of Thrones, and you should find some. Maybe not of all costumes, but most of them you will find really cool, like close-up pictures. And obviously HBO has pictures, and if you know how to use the Google image search, you're sometimes really lucky to find high resolution ones. Oh, here's another picture which we took after Indiana Comic Con the next day. Basically, I just finished my coat and that was such a struggle to finish that stupid dumb coat, to be honest. I did the other costume beforehand, which you saw earlier, the cave costume, which I was wearing in Atlanta for DragonCon, and it was so freaking warm. And after that, I was like, I don't want to make the coat because the coat is just insane. Who wants to wear that coat ever? Even in winter, it's way too warm. Anyways, for Indiana Comic Con, because there were 2 actors from Game of Thrones, I thought like, okay, let's do it. Let's finish the costume, go there, maybe participate in the costume contest, and let's have a good time, because a lot of people actually will know Game of Thrones and be like, oh my god. And indeed, there were freaking a lot of people who actually yelled like, Ygritte, Ygritte. And I'm like, okay, I guess they're talking to me. It was funny because I was actually walking towards to the parking garage and back, and then on the right side there was a car and they had their windows down, and the guy was like, Ygritte, can we take a picture? And he actually got out of the car. He was not even going to Indiana Comic Con. He just got out of the car to take a picture with me. That was awesome. And the costume contest was really cool. I got a judge's favorite award, which for me is even cooler than winning a category. I didn't win a category. Let's see if I can pronounce it correctly. See, I can't do it. Whatever. I give up. I can't pronounce it. Won again. And it was kind of a bummer, but like I said, I was really happy winning this, and I kind of have a little thing going on with my husband, not what you think. Every time I finish a costume, I can have a pop figure, and he actually got me this one, which is really cute. Yeah, otherwise our house would be filled with all sorts of stuff, and a fan of ours actually sent us this, so that's pretty cool. I do have both now, and if I ever finish Sansa, I'll get a Sansa, and if I finish Khaleesi, I get a Khaleesi, and so on and so on. Also on my cosplay list is Assassin's Creed. So I have Elise on there, and I might make a female Ezio, but I'm not sure about that yet. There's also, is it Unity? No, that's the one I'm making right now. Another one where they have like worldwide. Yaya Han actually did the Chinese one, and I'm in love with that one anyways, and I'm thinking about doing this. Else there's Guardians of the Galaxy, which I want to do. Then there's Hunger Games on there, but I mean, I kind of like more Renaissance, medieval type of shows and like dresses, so stuff like that is definitely on my list. Let's see what else. I don't know. Anyways, Indiana Comic Con was a plus. There were other Game of Thrones costumers, and we did a group shoot. I actually tried to find them beforehand. I actually found some, and every time I ran into a character there, I was like, hey, come to our group shot. This is... Oh my god, I had really red hair. That's the next one that's coming in the pictures. That was at the Ohio Comic Con Wizard World. Should show up in a second. Hey, look, I have one more done. So here it is. This is Wizard World Comic Con here. Was my first costume contest, by the way. I didn't win anything, but the fun part was I was walking... Oh my god, sorry, he's clicking through the pictures. So I was walking into a panel about cosplay, and as soon as I walked in the door, we were late. The person that was in the panel sitting and talking, she stopped talking, looked at me, and she's like, oh my god, are you that character from Game of Thrones? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, are you sure you're not the actress? You look just like her. And every time I walk past anyone, and later in the costume contest, even the MC was like, are you sure you're not the actress? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have a German accent. So that was pretty cool. So people really appreciated the cosplay, obviously, because I look similar to the actress. People actually were like amazed about like, oh my god, don't show that. That was just a Halloween thing I put myself into. Yeah, it disappeared. Awesome. All right, back to cutting. And yeah, so far it's weird. Actually having the experience of a costume contest, especially I feel like if you're participating in a costume contest and you actually want to win, you have to have a big, massive costume. Everything that's like big and on stilts will win anyways. That seems to be a rule. So it doesn't matter if people recognize it, as soon as it's big and bigger, yeah, that's gonna happen. Oh, there's another cosplay coming here. It's Anakin Skywalker. I saw a picture online for Jedi Anna, and I was like, I want to make that costume because reasons. Disney princess and Star Wars, perfect. So I just decided to do that, and now he's clicking through the pictures of our wedding and things, and this is distracting. So I guess that's about it he can show right now. Maybe you should go on my page. Fix directly. Ah, okay, we're a bit behind. So he's going on his side now. Yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun actually making photos with other people, and most of the times I'm like, hey, if you want to have a photo of me, why don't you want to be in the picture? So we just took pictures with me and the other person together, and we also tried to make a picture for ourselves. And Here's another Anakin Skywalker. I actually found a Hans solo, which was awesome. If you can see the pattern in the front, the stitching, this is a mix. Technically, it's mainly Star Wars, but also a bit how they show the pattern on Anna's costume. Oh my god, it has fallen asleep. It is sleeping. Okay, I'm still on the first one, but I'm getting closer. So there's one big piece and then we're technically done. You guys should be so much faster because I'm like, oh my god, I need to talk. What am I talking about? So here we go. Oh, I'm so stupid. The costumes I want to make for Game of Thrones. So I didn't even think about doing Sansa. I mean, I had the feathers and everything, but I put it on hold because I couldn't find the fabrics. So I started looking into Daenerys or Dany's costumes. And oh my god. Well, there is another Anakin Skywalker picture. I wasn't looking up, I'm sorry. So that needs to be improved, by the way. Yeah, Yura is showing a couple more of those. Anyway, so I want to do a Daenerys, which has not been made like this. There's a similar one, but there's an original sketch. And I totally want to do that one. I printed it out already. It's on my wall. I imagine how the back would look like because all of her dresses from that period have like a cutout. So I added a cutout to that. I have the fabrics downstairs already. And I really want to do it. But right now, I mean, Sansa came up, so I probably do Sansa. I'm thinking about buying a wig, although I have like ginger hair right now, but it's not long enough. And it would be actually fun to correctly cosplay it. I think I could do it. I'm not as skinny as her, obviously, but that's the fun about cosplay. You don't have to. But that's another reason, basically, why I want to do the cosfit. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, if you're still watching or skipping through the video, yeah, no, I'm just blah, 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 blahing. And I kind of regret doing this because I have to constantly talk now. I can't just watch anything. Please feel free to subscribe because I hope I can start next week. I probably film the first episode tomorrow for Monday. And then just shoot one day ahead, edit in the evening when I'm back from work. Or do it before work if I actually manage to get out of the bed. I'm not sure how you are guys, but me, I'm having a hard time getting out of the bed in the morning because I'm kind of staying up late and then my husband stays up even later and then it's like, oh my god. Getting up and doing something is almost impossible, so I'd rather go to work directly and when I come home maybe do something if I find the energy, which is sometimes really hard. So I totally understand if you guys are like, oh my god, making a costume is so much work. I totally understand. On the other hand, I know how quick I am when I do costumes. Not in this case, obviously, because I'm cutting out. But I'm a quick sewer, so that's something I've learned over the time. And if you have not watched me before and you're still watching because you're interested or whatever, I grew up in Germany. We have a huge medieval festival. So here are a couple of my friends and me at Dragon Con. I hope we see each other at Dragon Con this year again. As far as I know, everybody's coming. And our Game of Thrones costume group there has probably about 200 active people there. I think 70 people walk in the parade every year. And I walked the parade for the first time last year in my Ygritte costume and it was just too damn warm. But I was wearing the cave costume, so it wasn't that warm. It could have been worse. But still, you're sweating, and the best thing is to actually have a hotel room directly where the con is. And the cool part about that con, I've been to different cons right now, like in the last couple of years in America, and I love Dragon Con because everything is just in the middle of the hotels. It's almost like VidCon for YouTube. It's the Hyatt and the Marriott and even the Sheraton, which is a bit further away, but it's where you get your tickets and stuff. the whole thing, there are so many people in costume. If you go to a Comic-Con or whatever, there are not so many people in costume. I do understand that it comes from the comic book and whatever, sales and expos and so on, but I do love Dragon Con because it's like a festival for cosplayers. There are so many, and the parade is awesome and everybody's happy, and it doesn't matter what time you're walking the hotel halls, there are costume people everywhere. So I think Yuri is loading one of our costume shoots. I think this is, this is the Saturday shoot of the Game of Thrones group. This should be like everybody. It looks like there are a couple of people missing. Where's, this is weird. I don't know. There are a couple of people missing. We definitely had like almost 180 people that wanted to be at that shoot, and next to us was another big shoot. It was insane that day. And if you ever have the chance, Dragon Con, go there. I still don't understand why they are doing it in summer, because it's freaking insanely warm down there. Here, kitty, have fun. Getting closer. All right, so let's see. I hope my stopwatch is still running. We'll see in a bit. And I actually don't want to do like a 2-hour live stream, so let's keep cutting a bit quicker. Here we go. Have you guys ever cosplayed anything? Do you like cosplaying? Do you want to cosplay? Do you have any questions? I started talking about my history, where I'm coming from, but I never finished because of the pictures. So I'm from Germany. I'm from southern Germany. So if I would start talking now, I have a German accent, a southern accent from the southwest, close to the French border. We have a medieval festival, which is called Peter and Paul Festival. And it happens every year, end of June, beginning of July, 1 week after the Peter and Paul, it's like a saint something day. So it's not an official holiday, obviously, but it's a thing. It's still in the calendar somewhere, and it's that week after, that weekend after. And it's normally 4 days. It starts on Friday and goes up to Monday. However, obviously, because there's a lot to build up and set up, it's the whole week beforehand is already like completely crazy. My mom is still in a group. I used to be in a group which was a Landsknechts group, which is like you could hire them, warriors. You could hire them, and I was a market tender, and basically the woman that how could we say that? They provide everything they need, from food to other services. And depending on the color they were wearing, they provided other services. I basically joined that group when I was like 15 or 16. So it's similar. I don't know if you heard the stories, but depending on what costumes you're wearing and so on, people start behaving differently, especially if they are like in a group. So if you have people like 50 people with the same outfits, they start behaving like the same group, which is sometimes a bit dangerous, and that's a bit dangerous on those at those medieval festivals too, because people get too much in their roles, and you have to be careful. So having a protector when you're 16 is kind of a good thing, I guess. I'm not done yet, husband. So I'm still cutting here, and hopefully this will continue. Anyways, so I had a lot of fun doing that. We were also traveling through Europe, Italy and France and Austria. Did actually perform at a couple of castles, which was fun. And that's when I started making my first costumes, because it's just so crazy expensive to make authentic costumes. Even if you have a simple one, it was really expensive. And as a 15, 16-year-old, you just don't have the money. You get your allowance and that's it. That just doesn't last for anything. So me and my friend, we started making costumes for ourselves. I think she was wearing hers for the years to come after that. And I actually started making more costumes when I started studying, because like a normal person, I didn't study. I did everything else but study. I cleaned the kitchen, I went and played softball like almost 7 days a week, and baseball, because reasons. It's not very popular in Germany, so I actually found a club where I was really happy, and that kitty is not interested in this, so let's do that. Yeah, that's how I got started out making costumes, and during my studies I did that. I tried different patterns. I actually ordered them on eBay because you don't get the simplicity pattern and stuff in Germany. You might get the Burda, but well, I never really wanted to do those. So I ordered my stuff on eBay, or when we were in America, I basically tried to find a Joann's. It's like, Mom, we're here, can we go to Joann's? Yeah, so that happened. Or later on, depending on with whom I was traveling, I was like, hey, there's a Joann's and they have a buy one, get, like buy five for five technically, or 10 for whatever, 10 for 20, or I don't know. I think nowadays it's 5 for 5. And so I basically did build up a huge collection of US pattern, which I still have. It's in the basement actually. It's really hard because in Germany I had everything. I had a location to sew, I had another hall to make props, and so on and so on. And I had so many freaking fabrics, probably thousands of euros of fabric, and I can't really take them over because I don't have like the money to bring them over. It would make no sense. And every time in Germany I just grabbed some stuff. I brought my sewing machine over one time. I grabbed some fabrics last time. And yeah, so slowly I'm moving stuff to America. And that is one thing why I'm like, yeah, thank you. I just got the new hair today. Sorry, I'm reading comments. Yeah, that's one thing which is kind of a bummer, like buying stuff here, because we don't really have the budget to buy fabrics, and I have it in Germany still. It's just stored in storage. And I know I had the right fabric for this dress, for that dress, and that dress. I know exactly. I have them at home already. And I have one source in Germany where I can go to and buy linen and cotton fabrics for cheap, even like velvet. But that source doesn't have everything all the time, so you just go there, look around what you want, and if it's there, you buy it. And therefore, I'm grateful to have something like Joann's here, because I didn't have that in Germany. But then again, I'm limited with Joann's too, so I would love to have both, the best of both worlds, or go to LA. If I had a fashion district here, would be awesome. And the weirdest part is, which I didn't know when I moved here, Columbus is actually the third biggest fashion capital after LA and New York, or the other way around, I guess, New York and LA. Yeah, that's awesome, husband. But I'm not done yet. So you will ask why. We have Victoria's Secret, we have limited brands, we have Express, we have so many like fashion related things here. It's pretty cool. So I'm wondering if you guys are still watching, do you have questions? I just keep cutting, so I leave the live stream on. I might just start watching something instead of talking to you guys, but I'm kind of curious how long this takes if I actually start cutting a bit quicker. Oh, so far what I can tell you, the black dress is a jacket and a dress. I think it's sleeveless dress actually, yeah. The original dress, as I can tell, is one piece. So I probably will make a one piece. And actually, maybe I do a jacket because reasons, you know, it's really warm in a costume. So you can take it at least off in between. I think that would be a good idea. The only thing I don't like about the dress is the necklace. I don't like that that piece. It's just like it looks so 90s. I think it kind of breaks the style, but then again, I guess Sansa did make it herself. So, I guess it works out. I don't know. Alright. Thanks, husband. I will tell you when I need to stop. Are you watching the whole time, listening to me? Watching in delay. Alright. Okay. Okay, you're listening to me. You don't have to do that. You know all the stories, or most of them. I know you guys are like, what's happening? Alright, so I'm really excited on doing costumes again. I haven't done this in a long time. I mean, I've done the jacket or coat for Egret recently, which was kind of nice, but it's not a dress. A coat is differently. Sorry, kitty. Alright. Let's get this up here. We're almost done with this one. There's only big pieces on this one, so we are getting along a bit quicker. Oh my god. Don't destroy my pattern. I hate that they actually don't pre-cut that stuff. Okay. Let's move that over here. What boo? Boobs? Husband, stop trolling me. Today was really cool. Basically, I woke up, was downstairs, and was like, what do? Do I start cutting the fabrics and stuff, the pattern? I started watching a movie on Netflix because it's my day off to kind of wake up and whatever. And all of a sudden, Yuri walked downstairs, fully clothed and dressed, and he showered already. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So he's like, oh, I'm going out doing some time-lapsing. And I'm like, can I come with you? And he's like, well, I guess we can also go to Starbucks. And I'm like, alright. So I got dressed. And when I came to the car, he was like, hey, put on the blindfold here. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he basically had a little surprise for me, and a viewer and friend of ours helped him do that. Basically, those two have been plotting for about 3 weeks already. Because I can't really afford going to the hairdresser right now. It's really expensive in America. So they have been plotting together and figuring out how to do it, and actually made an appointment with my hairdresser. And so he drove me there, and I didn't know where we were going, and I was like, what the hell is happening? And when we stopped, he was like, yeah, we're going skydiving. And I'm like, I don't think we're going skydiving, because he's afraid of heights and he would never do skydiving. So I was like, I don't want to do it. The weather's really shitty. I don't want to die. Anyways, he took off the blindfold, and I was like, awesome, oh my god. So that hair is from today. We call it the Ewok colors. It's a bit different than I had before. Normally I have more that color scheme going on from red to blonde, but I have a bit more blonde in the front, so I actually can turn myself into real blonde here. Or if I twist it and sort it a bit more, do more of this. But I really like it. It's the first time I actually leave a hairdresser. I'm like, this is perfect. Because I didn't really know what I wanted, and then she just started, and yeah, it turned out well. I like it, especially when they kind of it's not necessarily the color or whatever I normally don't like. It's just like the way they do your hair. They try it and then they curl it or whatever, and it just looks weird. But this worked out perfect. I like it. All right, big part done. I might actually start cutting the fabrics tonight. So anyways, I think we should talk more about Game of Thrones. Alright, this goes on here. Hi, kitty. Alright, this part goes here. So next to the Daenerys costume I want to do a Marjorie. And I want to do one that's more like, I assume like season 3, 4-ish. She's currently changing her style more towards Cersei, so I'm not into that so much. I do like it, but I'd rather do a full-blown Cersei instead of a half-as Marjorie Cersei, if you know what I mean. I do like the style, but if I do Marjorie, I'd rather have like her typical like plunchy neckline and stuff, which is just like a lot of awesomeness if you make it correctly. And I've seen a lot of cosplayers who just have a big gap here and the boobs are falling out, and that's just, I'm like, I don't want to see that. I'm really sorry. I know you put a lot of work into that and your hair looks awesome and everything, but that is just giving too much away and it just doesn't look like as it's supposed to do. So it needs to have a certain closing here and it needs to have a certain like, yeah, it just needs to be correct. If there are too much boobs falling out, it's just like, nah, sorry. All right, let's keep cutting here. So I do have some fabric, but it's really hard to find the right fabric for Marjorie, because I think that one was actually special made, and the one for Dany you actually have to make yourself with a dragon scale. I know there are a couple of shops in the UK that offer it in the meantime, but most of the dragon scale you have to do yourself, and kudos to all the Daenerys cosplayer out there who have done it, because I know it's a fuck ton of work. Especially if you put all the additional things on there, it's just like, yeah. I'd rather do a freestyle one than trying to be as accurate as possible. And that's my main problem. I would have loved to make Ygritte as accurate as possible, but material-wise I had a hard time to find something. And I didn't really want to use leather, although I don't really have an issue with that. Although I don't really want to... The thing is, I have been a vegetarian for 5 or 6 years, but in the last half year I basically had some meat and whatever, so I'm not 100% vegetarian anymore, but going there I probably would like to use faux stuff, but most of the faux stuff doesn't look realistic enough, so it's... For me, it's like, should I not? So I'm on the edge right now. So I did actually use a lot of stuff I found at thrift stores, and I tried to dye it or do something with it, and it didn't take the color. I was having a hard time. I actually tried like the poly dye. Yeah, didn't take it. Was ridiculous. So in the end, I painted everything from Ygritte. So it's not like 100% authentic, but people recognize the character and love it. And I'm really on the edge when it comes to cosplay, because I'm like, I would love to be 100% like authentic and correct and do it like it's supposed to, but I'd love to kind of do my own thing, like not necessarily because I can't do the other one, just because I like the freedom, and why not? I mean, that's kind of the best thing you can do, have your own creation. Sorry. And people come up to you and are like, oh my god, that's so awesome. And that's why I appreciate the Her Universe contest. It's basically you take something like, let's say Loki, and make a evening dress. And if you do it correctly, people will still recognize that it's Loki, but it's actually more like a high fashion dress or something, or evening gown or something like that. And that is something I really like. And in the past, when I made costumes, I used a couple of the Simplicity as the base, so I'm not all off. I never really made my own pattern. However, I always took a pattern and adjusted it to my needs. So all the costumes I normally did for my body type. So they did fit me, and then depending on what it was, I either sold it on eBay or kept it for myself for the medieval festival, which is actually more like a Renaissance festival. And I got more help from my kitty. I know this is kind of awesome, but how about no? How about you not doing this, please? Okay, I'll just grab that so you can't destroy it. yeah, and that's the plans for me right now. Have a couple of other things planned, which I will talk about in the future. And I'm actually thinking about doing like 5 videos per week would be awesome. I don't think I can do that because we have so many other things to do. If I can shoot stuff beforehand, perfect. If not, I don't know. Would you guys rather see 1 episode per week? Or like have shorter things on a daily basis, like quick updates and reviews of patterns, which obviously don't take as long as this, but would be kind of cool, right? And I thought Mondays could be like the CrossFit stuff that I talk about, my weight loss stuff, and what you could do, give you tips. And my husband just said, let's do weekly streams on Saraparker Cosplay with doing things there. Do you guys like that? That we do a live stream? Which would make my life so much easier. On the other hand, it's almost exhausting for me to do this and talk the whole time, so we would need to find a solution for that. Maybe have music playing. Oh my god, kitties. Music playing in the background and I watch something. Or we just make shorter things and I show you how to make details and we do it at the same time, interact with each other. Something like that. I guess that could work. So every Saturday we could do something. Yeah, obviously pattern cutting takes a bit long. But for example, we could try to make the roses for Sansa's costume. He says pattern cutting, quick show and tell things for fabrics. We can talk about what fabrics to use or how to make other things. Let's see, this is old. We need to finish this. I don't know how this ended up on the... Ah, okay. Gotcha. Alright. And also do like updates on costumes. I kind of like the idea. Maybe we could do that. So the show actually doesn't really take that long. We could do like a quick DIY thing. And then we talk about updates on my costumes. And you guys can ask me questions. I kind of like the idea. So, getting closer. Alright, it's getting dark outside. That means we have been cutting for a while already. Whoop. Okay, let's see. But you see, this is one of the parts that take a lot of time. You will be working, adding camera angles. Alright, that's cool. It's so funny. Oh, that's actually cool. So we'll have different angles and we will actually stream from the basement. So I can work on different workshop spots and if it's possible, have audio and video going at the same time. And the cool thing is, I hope that Yuri actually will do some prop work so we can do that together. And he can show you stuff, I can show you stuff. Maybe that's a cool thing. So you actually can see a couple of different things. Whoop, whoop. Kitty, stop it. Alright, I think we're done with... Nope, we're not. Look what I just found. Here, have fun. Oh my god, there's so much cutting to do. I hate that part. If I had an intern, I would totally be like, hey, cut that shit. I'm thinking about doing my own pattern. I've seen a lot of people doing it, and I think I can do it. It's not that complicated because, like I said, I have some experience with sewing over the years now. And I kind of know where to put what. Need more? LAN cable, yeah, I understand. It's funny. I'm not sure if I should actually read out loud what he says, because the thing is we actually have to have Time Warner here. We are not able to use any other provider, so we are kind of stuck with them, and our Wi-Fi and the router and stuff are just shitty. And yeah, we have some issues with that, but we don't have to go into detail with that right now. So let's see, is there anyone else out there? I know there are a couple of people watching right now. So one is my husband, obviously. And yeah. Alright, sorry. Brain melt. It's kind of... I mean, I'm getting used to just talking to myself for ages now. But it's kind of nice to actually talk to other people. So if you want to check out a different cosplay channel, it's called well, actually it's Popcorn Talk, I think. The Cosplay Coach. They featured me not last week, the week before, when they did the Game of Thrones special. They do a live podcast, and I was actually thinking about that, but we'll see how it turns out in the future. We just might talk to a couple of people on Skype, talk about their experience with cosplaying and so on. Obviously, I'm pretty focused on Game of Thrones right now. However, there is stuff like Batman and Superman coming. That's next year. We have... What else is coming? Hey, kitty, stop it. Star Wars! Obviously, Star Wars is coming. I really, really want to see Star Wars. It's not like I'm the biggest fan in the universe, but I'm kind of excited for Star Wars, especially because they have really, really pretty costumes, and that's exciting. I watched 4, 5, 6 first, obviously, and then 1, 2, 3, and I do like them. And I actually have the big costuming book, but that's in Germany. This is the last one, I think. Is it 1 layer? It might be 2 layers. I have to get up in a second. No, it's 1 layer. This is the last one. We are almost done, guys. You're awesome if you're still sticking around. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, I'm really loud. Alright. Let's do this. We have been streaming for 1 hour and 20 minutes almost. This is why costume making takes so freaking long. Oh god. Alright. I don't understand. Ah, I understand now. Alright. So. Ugh. I don't want to make a mistake. Alright, let's cut down here. Boop, 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 boop. I'm getting thirsty. Oh man. I'm really excited. I want to make costumes. I would love to do that all day long. I hate that I don't have more free time. Maybe soon. Who knows? Okay. I'm not done yet. But soon, guys, soon. Alright, let's keep cutting here. I still have some videos to edit for the Game of Thrones party series I've done. I've actually done... Oh, it's not here anymore. It's over there. It's decoration. Basically muffins for a Game of Thrones party and tea lights and other stuff. But snowflakes, they're up there. Totally forgot about those. But I didn't have the time yet to edit, and I'm more excited about making costumes right now than actually uploading those videos. Maybe later. Just keep checking the channel. So, whoop. Alright. We are getting there. The kitty is lying on the end bits. Yes, my husband just said I need to give him a sign so he knows that I'm saying goodbye, so he can put on the outro bit for this one. We actually haven't designed something yet, just a quick thing, because I wasn't really planning on doing the live show. It was just like, hey, it's less editing, but way more talking, and my throat is really sore right now. Okay. Let's see. I feel like watching a Game of Thrones now. Have you guys seen it yet? What do you think? And do you think we will actually get the next books before he dies? I don't actually think he is that old, but everybody is like, oh my god, I hope he finished before he dies. Well, I guess he was, I don't know. I think he's more like us, like creative people are like, oh, there's a project, let's do it. And then, okay, it's good enough. Like, I'll finish it at some point and then move on to the next one. And everything else, don't say it's... Oh, God. Thanks, husband. I totally lost my train of thought just now. Alright, I'm not reading this. This is really mean. He makes me laugh. Yeah, good job. Good job, husband. Yeah, I totally hate that too. American toilets are weird. And that's all I'm saying. So let's cut this and then move on to the rest. Getting closer, getting closer. It's almost like orgasm. Okay, we just went from family friendly to non-family friendly. There we go. What time is it, by the way? Okay, let's see. It's 8 o'clock. I only have 3,000 steps. I might actually go to the gym. Hey, husband, do you want to go to the gym? Really? How can I not comment on it? This is too funny. This could be a thing. Oh, hey cat, sorry, bye. I mean, you don't have to watch me cutting it out. It's seriously for those who are kind of bored and want to spend some time with me. And I just want to see how long it takes and maybe just speed it up later, download the footage and put some music underneath, speed it up. And for those who actually want to watch the whole thing, please do so. If you have questions about other Game of Thrones pattern, who is Jim? You guys are awesome. Yeah, no, I haven't been on this channel a lot, and I kind of regret that because I really wanted this channel to do stuff like this. And then I didn't have the time and kind of neglected it and just did the daily vlogs and yeah. Yeah, I feel guilty, I'm sorry. But I'm back. Look, I'm spending so much time with you now. And Kitty is sleeping down there, it's hilarious. Hey, I made a kitty bed for you. Come. Come. Who wants to come? China Puss? Come. Come. Come over. No? Alright. If you're still watching, please comment. It's fine. I'm reading the comments. I have a laptop here. La 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 la. Are you still cutting? I am. Obviously, because you can see that. Whee! The kitty is awake again. Hi, kitty. So this is a sleeve. I might actually just take one of the fabrics we recently bought, even if it's not the right color, and just make one of the costumes. I mean, who says it has to be in the right color? This could be just a costume, right? Alright. Let's see, before this breaks off, let's cut and finish it. Well, I'm not the most accurate person when it comes to cutting this, because I have to adjust it anyways later. So, I don't mind. Just roughly. And seam allowance for me is like... Oh, that's up here. So my husband actually wanted a bathrobe the other day, and we found a pattern from Adventure Time, so I made a bathrobe out of Adventure Time fabrics, which actually looks kind of cool for him. I mean, he's a guy, it's very colorful and very pink and green and blue and white, obviously, but it actually, I guess he likes it because he's actually wearing it, and I'm happy that he does, because else I probably would stop it. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, oh no. Look at it. I got all those fabrics. Here, play with that. That is way more interesting. No! Stop it. Don't do it. I know it's really awesome and things, but don't. Just don't. Whee. What I like about social media, sorry if I just skipped the whole thing, I was actually so happy when I found the pattern designers for simplicity and so on. I would have never expected, I didn't even look for them, but Andrea has a, Andrea, I don't know how to pronounce her, has a blog, which is really interesting. She's also on Facebook and so on, and I'm always like amazed that not more people are following them. I guess because it's not really out there and you're not really thinking about it. So it's so much easier to connect with other creative people, especially people who are kind of like, it's more than an inspiration, because they kind of deliver the base for a lot of our costume, and we don't even think about those people because we just go to the shop and buy the pattern and it's there. And actually being like, oh my god, there's a real person behind it. And she's doing a lot of things for simplicity, and she worked for McCall's, I think, beforehand, and has been doing this since 25 years now. So that's pretty awesome. Whee! And I was so excited when I was actually watching a video. Okay, this is crazy. I was watching a video from a cosplay channel where they actually got a magazine, Cosplay Culture, I think, and were going through it. And in that magazine, there was a picture. There were actually 2 pictures of simplicity pattern makers or creators or designers. And one of them was Andrea, and the other one was Karen Fleisch, I think. And I found Karen already on Facebook, and I was like, I think you're the other one. Do you know who made the other one? Or is it coming out in simplicity? And she told me it's Andrea, actually. And I'm like, oh my god, I've seen that little logo, which you see on here, so often on the pattern, but I've never looked at it, like reading it, and I wasn't aware, you know. And then everything was like falling into place, being like, whoa. It's kind of that eye-opening moment. And so I followed her on Facebook, and I'm not really stalking her, but I kind of went through her blog posts to find out if that pattern is actually coming out on Simplicity, because I didn't get the Cosplay Culture magazine, which I totally would, but again, money, money, money. So I was already posting pictures in our costume group if anybody knows anything, and recently someone posted, hey, I just saw that at our Joann's. I think that person is actually working at Joann's, and was like, hey, look what just came in. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so awesome. So I actually went to 2 or 3 different Joann's. I was like, hey, I need this, could you check, because I actually haven't seen it in the drawers yet. And one person actually went to the back and found it for me, and I was so excited. Yeah, like I said, even I got it before Andrea actually got it, because I posted it to her Facebook page, and she was, oh my god, I haven't held one yet. And I'm like, it's awesome, I'm so excited. And yeah, that's why I'm doing it directly. Otherwise I'm like, I got it so early and then I'm not doing anything with it. So let's just do something with it. Okay, getting closer. I think we're like 3/4 in now. And as you can see, I'm cutting a bit quicker now, because I'm running out of things to say to you guys, which kind of sucks. If you have, oh look, there are more Damn, didn't see this earlier. Hey, I'm still here. Don't worry, she should be able to watch it back. Yeah, I know, but I didn't anything for a couple of last hours. I've been talking for 1.5 hours and I'm just cutting out my pattern here. Don't worry. I just thought, for those who are rewatching, they hear it in repeat now, but I just thought instead of doing a time lapse, I just do a live stream. It's less work for me because I don't have to edit. And I just start talking. I wasn't expecting that I actually have to do like almost a 2-hour live stream, I guess, to get the pattern done. Although I should be done in the next 10 minutes, I think. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. It doesn't need to be about Game of Thrones and so on. And hey, it's exclusive because there are not many people watching right now. So if you comment, I can actually reply. I won't type, but I can talk to you. So if you have questions, leave them down there. I'm cutting this costume right now, which is brand new from Simplicity, and I'm really excited having it. And I hope I can start on it later tonight after doing this. And maybe little break, I'm really thirsty. That should be the cue for my husband to run down and get me some, and not run down, go to the kitchen and come up and bring me some num-nums. There we go. Oh, I just cut in the pattern. See, that happens when you're tired. Okay, you're typing in the comments, so that works too. There are a couple of things which are really cool and which are not so cool about the live stream. For one, right now, if you have like a live stream software like we do, you actually can have the chat on the side. If you just do a hangout, you only can write in the comments. However, as soon as I stop the stream, the comments disappear, and it's a bit confusing, it's a bit weird. But I do appreciate that we actually have the option nowadays. I mean, get this, YouTube is 10 years old. That's ridiculous. That's like, oh my god. Water? I don't know. Water is fine. Anything liquid right now. Just no non-alcoholic, please. Whoop. All right. Those are the last pieces. We're almost done. Isn't that exciting? And yep, seriously, I did cut in this. This is stupid. I could fix it. I have some tape here. But then the egg would fall off. By the way, I didn't make this egg. I thought about doing it. I thought about that technique because it's kind of nice and shiny and awesome. But I didn't do it. And one of our viewers, Ivan, actually did it, sent it to us. And I'm really excited about it. So this is 2 more after this one. And then we're done. And I'm happy. All right. What do you guys think about the weekly live shows? Yes, no? Leave it in the comments. Hey, we're getting more viewers now. That's awesome. I mean, I didn't post it on my social media. I was kind of busy with just getting started and stuff. Is this all? I guess. I hear my drinks coming in. You just scared the kitty. You are awesome. I'm almost done. Those are the last 2 pieces. He's not talking. But hey, magic water appeared. Thank you. Oh, my throat really hurts. Oh my god. I really kind of like appreciate the fact that we normally do the live shows together, because then you don't have to talk all the time. And thinking about like working for the radio would probably kill me, because it's like, no, actually they have music breaks in between. It's not like they're talking like constantly. So imagine you have to do a 24-hour live stream or something. Oh my god. Without having breaks in between? That's just like insane. I mean, you could do other stuff obviously, and you could play games or whatever. But still, it's like you have to be like up for it for 24 hours. That's crazy. Hey kitty, psst, psst, psst. Come back, come. Hey. Come. Oh, I like live shows, but I don't seem to see them normally because of the time zone difference. Yeah, I know. But that's a cool thing. They are recorded and then published to YouTube, so everybody who wants can watch them and even skip through the whole thing. And this is the last one. So close. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Yes, I know. That was hilarious. Alright. No! Dude, seriously. Okay, let's see if the last attack comes before I can finish. No. Here, kitty. Alright, let's check the timer. How long did it take? And stop. 1 hour, 25 minutes and 25 seconds and whatever. Holy shit. We did take a long time to do this. And wait for it, because we have to clean up, otherwise my husband is killing me. This is what's left over. You know what's annoying? If you actually cut out that stuff and try to fold it back together and put it back in, it never freaking fits, although you already have so much left over. It's ridiculous. Alright. Oh, April just came here. Hi. Sorry. Wait, so we have Finland, Mortaili, right? Avril from the UK. By the way, you saw we are coming to Bath, right? So, talking about that, we have to talk. Yes, we have to talk. Maybe a meetup or something. Write me on Facebook. And yeah, I think you missed it all. Hey, I was talking like almost 1 hour and 40 minutes while I was cutting the pattern. I mean, nothing interesting, so you didn't really miss much. You was showing a couple of pictures. Don't worry. We are thinking about doing a live show maybe every Saturday just for pattern things and costumes and DIY stuff and just having fun and answering a couple of questions. So, ow. Ow. Kitty, stop it. Let me just throw this away and then we do like a roundup thing here. Wait a second. There's no trash here. That kind of sucks. Stay with me, don't run away. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. Meow. I'm about to finishing up the stream. Alright. Okay guys. So, thanks for joining me. Sorry I just hit the mic. I'm really sorry about that. Can I tell you something about the pattern right now? No, I just did cut it out. Will it work together? I have no idea, but that's the next step and I will update you on next Saturday. Which date is that? We might not be here. Yes, we are here. So, I guess... Oh wow! Where are you guys coming from? All of a sudden I'm getting more viewers here. Sorry guys, I'm about to end up... to end the stream here. So if you guys are interested, I'm giving away one of those patterns this week. Just leave me something in the comments saying, hey, my favorite house is this, or my favorite character from Game of Thrones is this. It doesn't have to be one of those. It could be any. If you're a Khaleesi fan, please leave it in the comments and you can win one of those. And I probably will do another quick video this week and hopefully a live show next Saturday talking about the progress I made with that pattern and talking about other stuff, and maybe we just do something together. So I will try doing this maybe in the evening around 6ish, I guess. Not sure. Husband, are you watching right now? Oh, you're here? Did you did you just come upstairs? 12ish? Oh yeah, we can actually do it earlier. What do you guys think for the UK and Europe? I guess doing it between 12 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon sounds good. Something like that. So I basically get up, prepare some stuff, and we do a live show about what the hell is going on? 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. European time. That's like 3 to 6. Guys, leave it in the comments. What would be good if we do like noon here? That would be 6 p.m. Like 18. How do you say that? What? 6 o'clock? You can't say 18 o'clock. That sounds weird. Yeah. That sounds so weird. So about 6 o'clock p.m. European time, which is like noon here, East Coast, or 9 o'clock in the morning in LA time. Maybe, or if we do a bit later, which would be like 3 p.m. East Coast time, 12 o'clock LA, and 9 o'clock European time, something like that. Well, I got a sounds great. Sounds great to me. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. It was really nice that you joined. And let's do that again next week.